What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, August 17th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Recording artist and actress Lady Gaga has signed on to appear opposite actor Bradley Cooper in a remake of the musical drama A Star is Born, which will mark Cooper's directorial debut. The announcement was made Tuesday by Greg Silverman, the president of creative development and worldwide productions for Warner Bros. Pictures. Silverman said in a statement, "For those of us lucky enough to watch him work as an actor and producer, it has been clear that Bradley would make this transition to director. We are honored that he is doing it here at his home, Warner Bros., and with Lady Gaga as his collaborator and co-star. The world is in for a treat as these great artists craft an all-new version of A Star is Born." Lady Gaga will also compose and perform new songs for the film. Previous screen incarnations of A Star is Born were released in 1937, 1954, and 1976. Stephen King's It is giving fans a scary new glimpse of Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Entertainment Weekly debuted a new photo Tuesday of Bill Skarsgård in costume as the demonic entity. The 26-year-old Swedish actor will play the character in Andres Muschietti's forthcoming adaptation of King's novel. Skarsgård's costume draws elements from several time periods, including the Renaissance and Victoria eras. The combination hints at Pennywise's agelessness as an immortal supernatural being, costume designer Janie Bryan told the magazine. Bryan said the costume definitely incorporates all these otherworldly past lives, if you will. He is definitely a clown from a different time. She also added there's almost a doll-like quality to the costume, the pants being short, the high waistline of the jacket, and the fit of the costume is a very important element. It gives the character a childlike quality. It follows a group of children terrorized by a shape-shifting creature that most often appears in the form of Pennywise. Skarsgård has discussed the character's childlike qualities in the July issue with Entertainment Weekly. He says there's a childlessness to the character because he's so closely linked to the kids. The clown is the manifestation of children's imaginations, so there's something childlike about it. It was previously adapted as a two-part TV movie with Tim Curry as Pennywise. Muschietti told Variety in October that his version will update the story and include more surprising terrors. Taraji P. Henson plays real-life NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson in the first trailer for Hidden Figures. The clip released Sunday follows the true story of Johnson and her partners Dorothy Vaughan, played by Octavia Spencer, and Mary Jackson, played by Janelle Monáe, as they broke down race and gender barriers at NASA in the 1960s as they helped the organization launch the first American into space. The synopsis describes the three history-making women as brilliant and who serve as the brains behind one of the greatest operations in history, the launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit, a stunning achievement that restored the nation's confidence, turned around the space race, and galvanized the world. It continues by saying the visionary trio crossed all gender and race lines to inspire generations to dream big. The star-studded cast also includes Kevin Costner, Kristen Dunst, Jim Parsons, Mahershala Ali, Idris Elba, and Glenn Powell. Directed by Theodore Melfi and featuring original music from Pharrell Williams, Hidden Figures is set to arrive in theaters January 13th, 2017. Notably, in November of last year, President Barack Obama awarded the Medal of Freedom to Johnson for her efforts in assisting NASA. Superman himself, Henry Cavill, has taken to social media to show fans what appears to be a black superhero suit for the Man of Steel. In a close-up photo released on Instagram Monday, a darker-colored version of what appears to be Cavill's Superman costume is on display, leading fans to believe that the iconic hero is set to return wearing black. Superman's traditional red and blue costume was ruined during his fight with the monstrous Doomsday in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice that lent the last son of Krypton to his grave. Despite his apparent death, Cavill was announced as returning in the Warner Bros. And DC Comics' upcoming team-up film, Justice League, now in production in London. Cavill did not appear as the hero in the first trailer released during the San Diego Comic-Con. Superman has donned a black suit before as part of DC's Death of Superman story arc, which ran throughout the early 90s and from which Dawn of Justice took inspiration. In the comics, after Superman is resurrected from his fight with Doomsday, he returns wearing a mullet and a new black and silver suit. In related news, Warner Brothers reportedly set a Man of Steel sequel starring Cavill into active development recently, as Superman is considered a top priority at the studio. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have reached a divorce settlement outside of court Tuesday, as Heard's domestic violence case was also dismissed. The pair said in a joint statement confirming their settlement agreement, "Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love." It continued by saying neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Amber wishes the best for Johnny in the future. Amber will donating financial proceedings from the divorce to a charity. According to TMZ, Depp is suspected to pay her $7 million. The actress, when withdrawing her domestic violence case, did so with prejudice, meaning she cannot refile in the future. Heard's restraining order against Depp was also lifted. The settlement comes after the Justice League star was expected to give a deposition against Depp Friday, but delayed it due to an emergency. Days earlier, Heard denied leaking a video online of the actor in a fit of rage as he was seen yelling and breaking bottles. Depp and Heard met while starring together in 2011's The Rum Diary and tied the knot in February of 2015. The actress filed for divorce in May, just days after the death of Depp's mother, citing irreconcilable differences. And in a related story, Billy Bob Thornton says the rumors of an alleged affair with Amber Heard are complete false after Heard's estranged husband, Johnny Depp, wrote a cryptic message on mirroring linking the two together. According to TMZ, Depp accidentally cut off the tip of his finger during a 2015 argument with her, in which he accused her of having an affair with her London Fields co-star Billy Bob Thornton. Depp then reportedly used a mixture of blood and paint to write Billy Bob and Easy Amber on a bathroom mirror. Thornton told TMZ on Tuesday that the rumors aren't true and that he and Heard did not socialize on the set of the film. Heard and Depp are in the midst of a bitter divorce, with Heard claiming that Depp was abusive during their marriage. On Sunday, Heard released a statement saying that she had no part in the release of a video that appears to show an enraged Depp slamming cabinet doors and yelling at her. Heard was disposed on Saturday after she was forced to delay her court appearance. She is seeking a permanent restraining order against Depp, to whom she was married for just over a year. The Office alum John Krasinski is to star in the 10-part drama series Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, Amazon confirmed Tuesday. The character of CIA analyst Jack Ryan has previously been played on film by Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, and Chris Pine. Set to executive produce Ryan's small-screen adventures are Carlton Cuss and Graham Rowland, who wrote the pilot based on the story he and Cuss developed. The latest installment in the franchise is to be shot in the United States, Europe, and Africa. Paramount TV and Skydance are co-producing the project. Roy Price, the head of Amazon Studios, said in a statement, "We're excited to add the Jack Ryan global franchise to our robust originals pipeline. Our customers will enjoy a compelling adaptation of the action-packed spy thriller book series, further raising the bar for the quality level of storytelling that has made Prime Video a leading destination of the content." The synopsis reads, the series follows Ryan as he uncovers a pattern in terrorist communication that launches him into the center of a dangerous gambit with a new breed of terrorism that threatens destruction on a global scale. Krasinski recently welcomed his second child with his wife, actress Emily Blunt, and will soon be seen in the movie The Hollits. Showtime says it has ordered a fifth season of its small-screen drama Ray Donovan, starring Levi Schreiber as a Los Angeles fixer who solves problems for the rich and powerful. Production on the next run of 12 one-hour episodes is expected to begin next year. Season 4 is currently airing on Sundays. The show's cast also features Jon Voight and Hank Azaria, and guest stars include Embeth Davidtz, Stacy Keach, Diane Ladd, and Lisa Bonet. Season 6 of Homeland is to premiere on January 15th, while Billionaires is to kick off its second season February 19th, Showtime announced. Both series are shooting in New York this summer. Starring Claire Danes, Mandy Patinkin, F. Murray Abraham, and Rupert Friend, the political thriller Homeland will once again take place in the United States after the last two seasons were filmed in South Africa and Berlin. Press release says, after she thwarted a terrorist attack in Berlin, Season 6 picks up several months later and finds Carrie Mathison, played by Danes, back in American soil, living in Brooklyn. Brooklyn. She has begun working on a foundation whose efforts are to provide aid to Muslims living in the United States. Season 6 will tackle the after effects of the U.S. presidential election, with the entire season taking place between Election Day and the inauguration. It's a strange transitional time in the halls of the government, filled with anxiety and different competing interests, where a very fragile and complex transfer of power takes place between the outgoing president and the incoming president-elect. The show has already been renewed for 2 additional seasons beyond Season 6. Billionaires is a contemporary financial-themed drama starring Paul Giamatti and Damian Lewis. The synopsis reads, it's law versus money, with power, sex, and the soul of New York in the balance, as hard-charging U.S. Attorney Chuck Rhodes, played by Giamatti, squares off against billionaire hedge fund king Bobby Axelrod, played by Lewis. Maggie Siff stars as Wendy Rhodes, Chuck's estranged wife and the top performance coach in the hedge fund world. Malin Ackerman plays Lara Axelrod, Axe's fiercely loyal and street-smart wife. Season 2 finds the characters vying for control in changing worlds that presents an existential threat. For all of them, it's a choice between evolution and extinction. Mr. Robot will return for Season 3. USA Network renewed the thriller series for a 3rd season Monday, just over a month after the Season 2 premiere. NBC Universal Cable Entertainment Network President Chris McCumber said in a press release, "We couldn't be more proud of Mr. Robot, a series that has pushed boundaries, captured the cultural zeitgeist, and been honored as one of the best dramas on television." Midway through its 2nd season, Mr. Robot continued to break new ground and opened up new opportunities for the network. He also added, "We can't wait to see where series creator Sam Esmail and the entire brilliant Robot team takes us next." Mr. Robot will conclude Season 2 in September and return for a 3rd season in 2017. The series stars Rami Malek as Elliot Alderson, a security engineer with social anxiety disorder and depression, who is recruited by the mysterious arcanist Mr. Robot, played by Christian Slater. Malik recently told Interview magazine, "I'm going to say Elliot's very, very focused in Season 2. He's coming to terms with this reality of having this kind of dual existence, knowing that Mr. Robot's existence is real. That creates an entirely different focus for him." He also added, "I think he is in a really guilty place when you first see him. As much as I thought that I had this guy down and understood him and was living in his skin, I realized there was so much of him that I've yet to discover." Mr. Robot is nominated for 6 awards at the 2016 Primetime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Drama Series and Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for Malik. The series airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. True Blood icon Anna Paquin has signed on to play Nancy Montgomery in the screen adaptation of Margaret Atwood's novel Alias Grace, Netflix announced Tuesday. Written and produced by Sarah Polley, the 6-hour miniseries is based on the true story of Grace Marks, the 19th century woman convicted of murdering her employer, Thomas Kinnear, and his housekeeper lover, Montgomery. Filming is now underway in Ontario. Polly said in a statement, "Anna is an incredibly versatile performer, always makes complex, unpredictable, and fascinating choices in her work. It is always a marvel to watch her, and we're thrilled to have her join the cast." Alias Grace, with Sarah Gadon playing the title character, will be broadcast in Canada on CBC and everywhere outside of Canada on Netflix. Paquin's other credits include the X-Men movie franchise, the miniseries Roots, and the film The Piano, for which she won an Academy Award. Netflix announced its plan to release all the episodes of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life when the 4-episode revival launches on November 25th. Netflix's chief content officer Ted Sarandos said the decision was motivated by fear of fans' reaction if they have to wait for new episodes to be released. He says, "If we would not have released them at all, once the fans would have killed us. I am petrified of those fans. They're so passionate." Series creator Amy Sherman Palladino was hopeful that Netflix would choose to stagger the episodes, mostly because she didn't want fans to encounter spoilers or specifically have the show's last 4 words spoiled. She says, "It's such a journey and it's such a build to the last 4 words. However, you don't always get what you want. The good outweighs the bad in the sense that this is a wonderful place to create things and do things in a different way." The new Gilmore Girls picked up in the present day almost 10 years after Rory graduated from Yale and went off to write about pre-presidency Barack Obama while he was on the campaign trail. A teaser trailer released in June shows Rory helping First Lady Michelle Obama select a book for a plane ride. Hamilton creator and the Broadway musical's former star Lin-Manuel Miranda moderated a panel discussion about Fox's television production Grease Live in New York Monday night. He's the Tony Award winning winner joked with hundreds of people who were packed up in the Edison Ballroom in Manhattan. Hello, I'm stage and screens Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I'm famous for the show A Block Away. We're here to talk about Grease Live. I, along with many of you, experienced this live on Twitter and freaked out in real time as the bar for what could be done with the movie musical live on screen sort of was raised overnight. So I'm thrilled to get to talk to the people who made that happen tonight, and they're going to talk about technically what went into it. Also, you have to know that in full disclosure, Grease Live was directed by the guy who directed the show Up to the Street, Mr. Tom Cale, and here he is. Miranda then introduced Cale's Grease Live co-director, Alex Rulindinsky, as well as the program's male lead, Aaron Tevitt, who played Danny Zuko, the movie's musical costume designer, William Ivy Long, and its cast director, Bernard Telsley. He said, one of the very few early conversations I had with the folks at Paramount really was a simple premise. If we're going to put the word live in the title, let's embrace it, let's wrap our arms around the idea, and let's show the joy of making this in front of people. Let's celebrate all the people you see on screen and celebrate all the people you don't get to see by making this musical, Cal explained. He also added, I knew we wanted to do some sort of opening number that showed the wires. And we also really love the idea of once an act showing something magical, embracing the theatricality of it, embracing the cinematic nature of it. Tevitt, who Miranda introduces someone who sort of seemed to get all the internet pregnant at the same time when the movie premiered, talked about the experience of practicing for months for a show that would only be performed live on television once. Tevitt noted, half of it was very similar to getting ready to do 8 shows a week, and then we stepped on stage at Warner Brothers and it all came to a crashing halt and we were in tech for a month. But no, I practiced very much the same way, except this is really fine line. Opening nights aren't usually the best shows, so it was a really hard thing to try to get ready for opening night and to have it to be the quality of show you would have 6 weeks in a run, which is very difficult. Just the fact we started in the rehearsal room with tape on the floor, it just felt very similar. For me personally, I've really leaned on the Les Miserables movie experience a little bit because that was the only thing that I, in a similar way, had to prep for a movie the way I would prep for being on stage. So just in my own head, I had something to kind of gag against. Co-starring Julianne Hough, Vanessa Hudgens, Keke Palmer, Carly Rae Jepsen, and Carlos Pena Vega, Grease Live is up for 10 Emmy Awards this year. It debuted on Fox on January 31st, and it's now available on Netflix. Ellen DeGeneres spoke out Tuesday after facing accusations of racism over a recent tweet. The 58-year-old television personality asserted that she's the furthest thing from racist after posing a photo of herself riding on Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt back the day before. She tweeted to her 61 million followers on Tuesday, I'm highly aware of the racism that exists in our country. It is the furthest thing for whom I am. DeGeneres had captioned the Photoshop meme, this is how I run errands from now on. # Real 2016. Many called the image racist for showing a white woman riding on the back of a black man. One social media user wrote, at the Ellen Show, so the first thing that pops in your head when looking at this pic is, oh, let me jump onto his back like he's a common mule. Another person added, if I ignore U.S. history and current climate of police lynching us, this joke would be hilarious. Bolt, who appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres Show in 2015, retweeted DeGeneres' photo. The original image of the Jamaican athlete running was taken during his gold medal-winning 100-meter sprint Sunday. Love continues to be in the air in Rio as Team USA Olympian Will Clay proposed to his girlfriend and fellow athlete Queen Harrison at the Summer Games. Clay was competing in the men's triple jump final, placing second and earning a silver medal behind his teammate Christian Taylor, who took home the gold. After winning, Clay then approached Harrison, who was watching from the crowd, and bent down on one knee to pop the question. As the crowd formed, Harrison said yes. The official Twitter account of USA's track and field captured and shared the moment, which featured Clay draped in the American flag, surprising Harrison among a crowd of onlookers. The caption reads, and here it is, congrats at William Clay and at Go Queen Go, # Team USA, # Love is in the air, # so are triple jumpers. Harrison, herself a hurdler, is not competing in the Rio Olympics after placing 4th place in the U.S. trials, but has been present at the event in support of Clay. The engagement is the latest to take place at the Olympics after Chinese diver Qin Kai proposed to his girlfriend He Zi following her silver medal win in the 3-meter springboard final Monday, and Team USA weightlifter Morgan King, who became engaged to her coach Dean Krause after she set a new American record of 182.9 pounds in the snatch. In her new book of essays, The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo, Amy Schumer shares some personal details of her life, including her mother's infidelity and her father's struggles with MS. In one chapter, Schumer discussed her unhealthy relationship with food and her body. Schumer says, "I usually weigh anywhere between 145 pounds and 6 million pounds." Schumer also talked about how, at 13 years old, her mother told her that she was leaving her father for her best friend's father, Lou. Schumer recalled her mother saying, "I'm leaving your father. Lou and I have fallen in love with each other." Schumer shared stories about her father and their life after his multiple sclerosis diagnosis when she was 10. She wrote, "The saddest revelation I've had in my life is that my parents are people, sad human people." Schumer also shared her very personal details about her love life and past relationships, including how she lost her virginity at 17 during non-consensual sex and her struggles with enduring an abusive relationship. She wrote, "It can happen to anyone. You're not alone if it happens to you, and you're not exempt if it hasn't happened to you yet." Schumer's book is available next Tuesday. MTV has announced pop music sensation Britney Spears will perform at this month's Video Music Awards show in New York. The cable network tweeted Tuesday, "Oops, we did it again," at Britney Spears makes her return to the #VMA stage Sunday, April 28th, along with a brief promo video. Spears can be heard saying in voiceover in the minute-long clip, "The VMAs don't just give you a stage, they give you a story. Some way of taking a fraction of a second and making it live forever. Before you know it, it's history," which features a giant yellow snake slithering through an empty nightclub. Spears' next album, Glory, is due out August 26. Rapper Young Thug explained the reasoning behind his decision to change his name to No, My Name is Jeffrey in advance of his new project, Jeffrey. In an interview with fellow rapper and producer Travis Scott on Apple's Beat One Wave radio show, Young Thug clarified that the name change would be a temporary condition if his record sales failed to meet his expectations. He says, "I'm Jeffrey for 1 week if I don't sell 100,000 copies." Complex reports Jeffrey Cohen, the CEO of Young Thug's label 300 Entertainment, also provided some insight into the name's meaning when he announced the change. He says, "The reality is, when you see this commercial, you're all going to understand what we do here at 300, because it's powerful images of what makes someone Young Thug and what the evolution of how someone is Jeffrey. It's a circular thing, it's important. No, My Name is Jeffrey is on its way. Please respect us to actually siege and utilize his name going forward because it's important." Cohen had also revealed Jeffrey would release on August 26th rather than a scheduled release date of August 16th on Young Thug's birthday. Justin Bieber deleted his Instagram after fans and ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez made comments about his new girlfriend, model Sofia Richie. Bieber and Richie were in Tokyo over the weekend as part of Bieber's Propose tour. After Bieber posted a series of pictures of the pair to his Instagram, fans began leaving negative comments and snake emojis, prompting Bieber to ask his followers to stop the hate or he would make his account private. Bieber's ex-singer Selena Gomez commented on one of the photos, telling Bieber to stop sharing photos if he doesn't want the backlash. The two went back and forth, with Bieber alluding that Gomez used him for fame, and Gomez accused the singer of infidelity during their relationship. It appears as though Bieber has instead decided to delete his Instagram altogether. Bieber dated 24-year-old Gomez on and off from 2011 to 2014. Richie is the daughter of legendary singer Lionel Richie. Justin Timberlake created a memorable scene for a New Hampshire couple when he suddenly crashed their wedding, taking place at the same hotel he was staying at. The singer, who was staying at the Mount Washington Hotel, was enjoying lunch when he was approached by the groom, Ryan Parks, who Timberlake to surprise his soon-to-be wife, Chelsea Gaudet. Timberlake then appeared as photos were being taken and joined in alongside the couple for a few snaps, which have gone viral on social media. Gaudet recalled during an interview with Entertainment Tonight, "So we were taking the first look photo, and all of a sudden Justin Timberlake appears out of nowhere sharing my husband's hand and congratulates us and takes a photo. We thought it was awesome of him to do that, but had no idea it would go viral." Timberlake is the only latest celebrity to crash a wedding, following in the footsteps of Taylor Swift, who back in June surprised fan Max Singer and his wife Kenya Smith with a stripped-down performance of her hit single Blank Space on their wedding day. New dad John Legend is over the moon about his baby girl. The 37-year-old singer couldn't help but gush about Luna, his daughter, with wife Chrissy Teigen, in an interview with Extra published Monday. Legend says, "We love her to death. She's such a wonderful little girl. We're still learning and figuring everything out. She's changing every day, so it's quite a fun process." He also added, "Some days she looks more like me, and some days she looks more like Chrissy. It depends on the angle and the day. Chrissy and I have certain aspects of us that looks like each other, so our baby's going to look like both of us." Legend and Teigen, who married in Como, Italy in 2013, welcomed Luna in mid-April. The couple celebrated the infant's 4-month birthday Sunday and marked the occasion with a new video on Instagram. Tegan wrote, "I now celebrate monthly birthdays, I guess. 4 months. Enjoy the month birthdays while you can. But. Legend has opened up about fatherhood to Entertainment Tonight last week, calling the experience powerful and all-encompassing. He also revealed parenthood has changed his dynamic with Tegan. The star said, "You have to spend every moment, even when you are not with Luna, thinking about who is with them and what's happening with them and making sure that everything is, comfortable with them." He also added, "It definitely makes you realize a heightened level of responsibility, and it makes you realize that there's a lot of work to be doing, and you realize what your work is for." Legend last released Love Is in the Future in 2013 and is working on his 5th studio album. He's also executive producing the new movie Southside With You, which opens in theaters August 26. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1969, the grooviest event in music history, the Woodstock Music Festival, draws to a close after 3 days of peace, love, and rock and roll in upstate New York. Conceived as 3 days of peace and music, Woodstock was a product of a partnership between John Roberts, Joe Rosenman, Artie Cornfield, and Michael Lang. The idea was to make enough money for the event to build a recording studio near the arty New York town of Woodstock. When they couldn't find an appropriate venue in the town itself, the promoters decided to hold the festival on a 600-acre dairy farm in Bethel, New York, some 50 miles from Woodstock, owned by Max Yeager. By the time the weekend of the festival arrived, the group had sold a total of 186 tickets and expected no more than 200,000 people to show up. By Friday night, however, thousands of early arrivals were pushing against the entrance gates. Fearing they could not control the crowds, the promoters made the decision to open the concert to everyone free of charge. Close to 500,000 people attended Woodstock, jamming the roads around Bethel with 8 miles of traffic. Soaked by rain and wallows in the muddy mess of Yeager's Field, young fans best described as hippies euphorically took in the performances of acts like Janis Joplin, Arlo Guthrie, Joe Cocker, Joan Baez, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, Sly and the Family Stone, and Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. The Who performed in the early morning hours of August 17th, with Roger Daltrey belting out See Me, Feel Me from the now classic album Tommy, just as the sun began to rise. The most memorable moment of the concert for many fans was the closing performance by Jimi Hendrix, who gave a rambling, rocking solo guitar performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. With not enough bathroom facilities and first aid tents to accommodate such a huge crowd, many described the atmosphere at the festival as chaotic. There were surprisingly few episodes of violence, though one teenager was accidentally run over and killed by a tractor, and another died from a drug overdose. A number of musicians performed songs expressing their opposition to the Vietnam War, a sentiment that was enthusiastically shared by the vast majority of the audience. Later, the term Woodstock Nation would be used as a general term to describe the youth counterculture of the 1960s. The 25th anniversary celebration of Woodstock took place in 1994 in Sagittarius, New York. Known as Woodstock 2, the concert featured Bob Dylan and Crosby, Stills and Nash, as well as new acts such as Nine Inch Nails and Green Day. Held over another rainy, muddy weekend, the event drew an estimate 300,000 people. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, August 17th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.